What is good, my reflections? You are over here with Terethia. This is day 2, and we are over here at the night school, baby. Okay, so with that being said, reflection, I noticed in my other video it was a little low. So I'm going to tone it up just a little bit, okay? So with day 2, in day 1 we talked a lot about different things. We did a money spell, okay, that you can definitely go check out my money spell video. Okay, I just posted it, so you can definitely check that one out. Excuse me if it's a little low. I'm gonna try to speak up a little bit on the videos. Okay, so today I want to talk about the 48 laws of power. Why are we talking about the 48 laws of power, Terethia? Well, magic starts with intent, and intent is the ingredient to everything. But sometimes you have to know, just like the wind, how to direct your intent, reflections. Okay, so, and you have to be able to recognize intent that is being directed towards you as well. Okay, so with that being said, we are referencing, if you want to reference from the book that we will be referencing from when I do talk about the 48 laws of power. Remember, every day we're talking about something different, but it will all come in the same loop together. Okay, so this is the book that we're going to be referencing from. If you would like to, you get what I'm saying, reflection. If you would like to get one of these books, or just get like an e-copy, or if you don't want to do an e-copy, it doesn't even matter, reflection, because Terethia is gonna go to baby. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to go over the first 3 laws tonight. Okay, so it says law number 1, and of course I'm going to rephrase this in my own words, okay, but it's all going to be the same. Law 1, never outshine the master. Now, with the wordplay master, remember, reflection, as I describe more about what the law means, you will kind of understand what that term means. Don't take it as the 3D term master, okay? It says, always make those above you feel comfortably superior. In your desire to please and impress them, do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. Inspire fear and insecurity, make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the heights of power. Okay, so what does that mean, reflection? Let's sum all that up. So what does that mean? Never outshine the master. That means, reflection, you know how sometimes never show your hand too soon, because sometimes it can intimidate people. And instead of you getting the goal that you want to accomplish, they may be afraid to pursue that particular thing that you was trying to accomplish, because they may see that you are more powerful than them. Okay, and have you ever seen some people? Let me read you a story. I'm gonna read you a story, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that. Okay, well, it's not actually a story, it's kind of just like a phrase. Okay, it says, when the evening began, Fort Kuntz was at the top of the world. By the time it had ended, he was at the bottom. So what does that mean? You have to watch the energy that you put out, because the same energy that you put out, you will receive. You have to watch who you point fingers at, because the same people that you point fingers at, you may be the one getting the finger pointed at in the end. Okay, so never judge a book by its cover. Okay, sometimes people can think that they are masters. In disguise, they are trying to teach masters. Do you get what I'm saying, reflection? So it's kind of like that. Okay, things come in different shapes and forms. Okay, so those are the key to power. Okay, that is one key to power. And you have to remember, everyone has insecurities. When you show yourself in the world and display your talents, you naturally stir up all kind of resentment, envy, and other manifestations of insecurity. You know how, reflection, you just be out sometime and you just being yourself. You ain't bothering nobody. You just being yourself. But sometimes being yourself, being your true authentic self, intimidates people. And that's not me telling you don't be yourself. That just goes back to if you're trying to get a particular, this goes to if you're trying to get a particular goal accomplished. You may know way more than this person in this particular subject, in this particular job, in this particular area, in this particular field, whatever it is. But sometimes you just never show your hands too soon. You get what I'm saying? It's the art of war. And also the art of power. Okay? So, with that being said, remember, it's not a weakness to disguise your strength if in the end they lead to power. Okay? That goes back to letting the ego die. Okay? Because remember, it's not a weakness to disguise your strength if in the end it leads to power. Okay? The day you decide to rise above your inferior status, which is the ego, you can make your master shine. What does that mean? You can make your master shine. Remember, if you make someone shine, then you have the ability to not make them shine. That is what reflection? Power. Okay, so you kind of get it where they say, it's not a weakness to disguise your strength if in the end it leads to power. Okay. So you have to remember that you are God's sin and you will instantly be promoted. All right. So with that being said, let's say the reverse role. Okay. Sometimes when you are not in this, when you haven't harnessed or mastered this particular, power, you can be very much in your ego. Okay. And you got to remember, greatness is here to stay. It's here to last. Okay. You know, a lot of people have been great, but it was short termed. It was short lived. Okay. So sometimes you want to play the odds for the long run. You get what I'm saying? Reflection. Okay. So let's keep it going. Let's go to Law 2. So Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Okay, what does that mean right there, reflection? We're talking about the law of power. We're talking about the art of war. Okay, it says, be wary of friends. They will betray you more quickly, for they are easily aroused to envy. They are also spoiled and tyrannical. But hire a former enemy and he will be more loyal to you than a friend because he has more to prove. In fact, you have more to fear from friends than enemies. If you have no enemies, find a way to make them. Okay, so I'm not sure about the last line. If you have no enemies, find a way to make them. That's if you're trying to just get your name out there or something like that. You know, people only attract to certain negativity. I don't know why that is on this particular planet, but that's exactly what it is, reflection. Okay, you ain't never seen somebody do some wild, absurd things, and you like, what? How did they even get on doing it? Attention. You get what I'm saying? If you have no enemies, find a way to make them. Okay. It just depends what outcome are you trying to do though. Okay. So never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means, reflection. Who knows when you confide in some, whether it's happy, sad, mad, or whatever, who do you run to? Your friends. You would tell your friends. So that means they know you well. That means if someone wanted to, you get what I'm saying? You got to think when you're thinking in the art of war, when you're thinking of the law of power. You have to think, even in movies, if somebody's looking for somebody, who they going to go to first? They're going to go to the friends, the family, then the friends, right? The people who know them best. And sometimes, even if you think about certain, going through your teenage years, most people, 80% of people have that one friend that eventually, you get what I'm saying? It's because they knew you well. You get what I'm saying, reflection? They said, no, Taretha, that's just because who they were. Okay. That too, reflection. So, and sometimes you have to understand, sometimes people are sent to take you through certain things because it's going to make you stronger and it's going to make you, it's going to be a lesson. Okay. It's going to help you be sharper. So let's keep it going. It says, to have a good enemy, choose a friend. He knows where to strike. That goes back to what we just said, because your friends may know, or people who appear as your friends know you well, okay? So, with that being said, reflection, let's keep it going. Here's another one. It says, put a B from kindness and learn from limitations of kindness. Pick up a B from kindness and learn from the limitations of kindness. What does that mean? Most people say bees sting you, but that's just what they say. They're not sure if a bee sting you. I'm sure if you was doing something, the bee just didn't run up to you and sting you. I'm sure you was swiping at it, flying it. You was doing something and the bee stung you. Okay? So, but when you know who you are, when you know your vibration, when you have raised your frequency, you will be surprised. Okay? Remember, love beats all. So pick up a B from kindness and learn from limitations of kindness. You learn, hey, if I can interact with something that they say might sting me, kindness, love beats all. Okay? Which is the one key to power as well. Okay? It says men are more ready to repay an injury than a benefit, because gratitude is a burden and revenge is a pleasure. So do you agree with that reflection? Men are more ready, not necessarily when we're saying men, male, we're talking about man. Okay? Men, humans are more ready to repay an injury than a benefit. Because gratitude is burden. You ain't never know somebody did something and you was like, go on ahead and apologize. Go on ahead and apologize. And I'm like, nah, fuck this shit. They know they wrong, reflection, but they're not going to admit they're wrong. They're just going to, because that's their ego. You cannot grow. You cannot rise in frequency or even in the laws of power with your ego, because your ego is going to bring you into that brick wall every time. Okay. And so, with that being said, let's keep it going. I want to tell you about this story. Let me tell you about this story though. How when they say your enemies can use you. Okay? It was shown through kings, different kings. Okay. I think I'm gonna come back on another story time. And we're gonna go back and I'm gonna do a story time about this particular law of power, because this particular king, he trusted this friend and his friend kept asking him for more. You get what I'm saying? He kept asking him for more. And he was like, I don't trust the army. Maybe you should be in front of the army. I should be in the lead of the army. And the king's like, okay, because he trusts him, because that's his friend. He know his friend ain't gonna steer him wrong. He's like, I need to be in control of the army because I don't believe the army has your best interest at heart. Then he was like, I need to be in control of the financial advisors because I need to make sure that they're having your finances in order. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna give him control of it too. So one day, the king, he was also asking the king for money as well. Let me shorten the story up. So he was always asking the king for money as well, or certain things. Okay. Maybe not cash, but whatever the currency was at that particular time. So the king would lend it to him, right? Keep in mind, he also got control over the finances. He also got control over the army. Okay. Because he told the king he needs to be over control of it to make sure that they have his best interest at heart, because this is supposed to be the king's friend and his advisor. So one day the king went to him. The king got looking, and the king said, shit, I need you to start paying some of this back. So he went to him and he asked him to start paying some of it back, and he looked at him and he told him no. The king looking in shock like, excuse me, all this stuff I have given to you, what do you mean? No, that goes to, he said, I'm more powerful than you now. What can you do to me? I'm not paying it. And he overruled the king. Okay. That goes to, he thought he was a friend, but love can blind you to certain things. Okay. So this friend turned on him because his friend knew him best, because he gave his friend control over his army. He gave his friend control over his finances. You get what I'm saying? It was just like reflection. So that's a little quick story about that particular law right there. Okay. Where they say, a friend knows where to strike quicker than the enemy does. Okay. So with that being said, let's go to law number 3. Law number 3, conceal your intentions. Okay. Keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your actions. If they have no clue what you are up to, they cannot prepare for a defense. Guide them far enough down the wrong path. Envelope them in enough smoke. And by the time they realize your intentions, it will be too late. Okay. So what does that mean? Reflections. Look at the media. when you think about the media. Okay, the media will portray certain things, and it will have you all in your emotions, and by the time you really figure out, hey, none of this was true, it was all just a scam, it was all just, you get what I'm saying, reflection, a lot of it do not be true. So with that being said, once they have enveloped you in the smoke, by the time you realize their intentions, the damage is already done. Okay, or that's like, it's the hitchhike on side of the street. I'm just saying, look in the movies. Look in all your movies. They had a hitchhiking on side of the street with their finger out and everything, reflection. Okay, so then you put them in the car because they in the envelope you. They said, listen, I need to get over here. Listen, I got Sarah K right here. We gotta go. I need you to see if you can drop me off, and the next time I got $25. I know your gas tank ain't nothing but on the 3rd. You get what I'm saying, reflection? You like, okay, so root of all evil, you let them get in because you need that gas money real quick. You thinking it's a blessing the whole time is not, and then they enveloped you, and by the time they get in the car, it's too late. Conceal your intentions, reflection. You did that type of stuff, reflection. Okay, let's keep it going. So with that being said, point in deception, you practice people the slightest suspicion as your intentions, all is lost. Do not give them the chance to sense what you are up to. Throw them off scent by dragging red herrings across the path. Use false sincerity, send ambitious good signals, set up misleading objects of desire, unable to distinguish the genuine from the false. They cannot pick out the real goal. In order to do that, just like when people read body language, just like when people can't read you if you do not give off what, reflection? Emotions. Emotions is the key to concealing and revealing your intentions. Okay, reflections. So with that being said, I wanted to come over here and I definitely wanted to tell y'all, talk to y'all about the 48 laws of power. We will definitely be going through each and every one of these. We're going to do 3 at a time each night, but we're not going to do them consecutive nights. Terethia may pop up tomorrow. We may be back on, you get what I'm saying? We may be talking about money spells. We may be talking about color magic. We're going to get into everything, reflection. No rock will be unturned. You are over here in the ether land. You are over here with Terethiapersess. With that being said, reflection, welcome to the night school. I'll see you next time.